but it really doesn't matter. Once you get Maryland and Johns Hopkins together, as you mentioned, rankings go out the window, records go out the window. It's the Terps and the Blue Jays.
Justin Shockey for Maryland, Matt Naruski for Hopkins. We are underway in the rivalry. Hopkins will have first possession going right to left. Opening possession for the Blue Jays, it's Joey Epstein. Blue Jays. So we have 9 minutes left in this first quarter. The far side, Cole Williams up top for Keogh. Quick ball movement by the Blue Jays. Here's Keogh. Less than 10 seconds left on that penalty. Epstein, now Keogh. Up top to Joey Epstein, who has a shot, and it finds its way into the back of the net. Looks like it hit McNaney and went in, but hops Anthony DeMeo on the near side for the Terrapins. They're going to go to work now. Spins back towards the near side. A lot of contact there as he's forced back out. Delayed penalty on the way. Here's Kyle Long. He's forced back out. Goal line extended for the Terrapins. Pass to Bernhardt, now up top for Maltz. DeMeo, 30 seconds on the shot clock, and there's the equalizer. Anthony DeMeo knots this one up at 1. Of Lilly's penalty with 25 seconds left. And we talked about how the two teams don't even agree on how many times they've played. The first 7 games, Maryland does not count because technically they were not a varsity program at the time. So Hopkins leads the series in their mind, counting this as number 120, 74, 44, and 1. The Blue Jays have taken the last 3 as well.
It depends on who you ask, 1895 or 1924.
Teams back to even strength now. Looking to kick it into gear is Jacob Angelus. Feed into Joey Epstein. Turns on Puglisi, the shot, and he buries it. 2 for Joey Epstein on the day. In the hands of Epstein, working on a hat trick. Feeds into the center. Cole Williams is there. Couldn't quite get a clean read on it. But Hopkins will back it out again, cleaning up their mistake. Here's Angelus. Feeds over to the far side. It's Cole Williams now. On the left hand, a low shot, and he buries it. Cole Williams, his first of the day, and Hopkins is up by 2.
Well, no slow start for Johns Hopkins here today. They get 3 of the first 4, and Cole Williams had a whole crowd of Maryland defenders around him on that occasion. Still was able to find a bit of space. You'll see it again with Matt Rahill draped all over him, and then the double team comes. Cole
here in the first quarter. Here's Bernhardt spinning away on the far side. Goal line extended for the Terps. It's Wisnauskas behind the cage. Wisnauskas gets the pressure. An open goal for Anthony DeMeo. Second of the day, and the Terps pull one back.
Well, that's excellent vision from Anthony DeMeo, recognizing that the goalie was going to go help on Wisnauskas, who has that wicked shot. He just cuts right.
Now this game has really come alive. It's Jack Keogh, goal line extended. Jake Higgins doing the defending for the Terrapins. Now Cole Williams has 1 so far, lobbed all the way up. A very errant pass will roll into the other half of the field and go back to the Terrapins now. Pretty unlikely error from Cole Williams.
Yeah, the Blue Jays don't have that many errors.
A shot there, and it finds the back of the net. On the other end, it's Roman Puglisi. The senior picks up his first of the season, and the Terps are tied.
Well, Roman Puglisi works on the defensive end now. Narrower areas towards the crease. He was forced out to the flanks early on.
Spinning back towards the center. Now things go up top. Once again, 35 seconds on the shot clock for Maryland. It's Logan Wisnauskas. Second line in there for the Terps, Eric Maliver in there. And cleaning it up is Griffin Brown, the transfer from Colgate. Just 1 goal away from a career 100, Griffin Brown.
What an occasion it would be to get that milestone in this game.
Here's Maliver. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Maryland. Fed into the middle of the turn shot and the finish. How about that? And the pass a bit off the mark there. And we'll go back to Maryland. Joey Epstein was the intended target. So the Terps have 25 seconds left to work with here in the first quarter. They got to go quick to take it coast to coast. McNaney tried to feed it over and couldn't quite pull it out of the air was Alex Smith. And Hopkins will have a go with 10 seconds left. The feed to Joey Epstein now. Can the Blue Jays tie it up before we go into the break? The feed across up top. Long shot. How about that? At the death, it's Connor Delaney. The first goal for the senior. Guess what? Last year, he was playing basketball for Hopkins, and now he's giving them the equalizer against the Terps with 2 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, number 50.
5 seconds on the shot clock for Maryland. Bernhardt forced back out. Here's Griffin Brown.
That's excellent recovery defense, Brendan, after Bernhardt unbalanced the Hopkins defense by drawing 2 different players. He was able to outlet it over to Brown, but Brown couldn't exploit the space.
Bernhardt with 25 seconds to work with. The shot and the goal! Jared Bernhardt, his first of the day, and he gives Maryland the lead over Johns Hopkins.
Well, speaking of space, Jared Bernhardt doesn't need much to get his really quick trigger of a shot off, as we'll take another look at it. Not a whole lot of space at all that Jake Lilly was giving him, but just enough, and you really had to think in this final Maryland versus Hopkins game.
It's Jack Keogh at the top. Looking to spin into the alley. Passed all the way over. It's Angelus. 10 to shoot. Comes around on the right hand. The shot, and it went wide. Stays with Hopkins. They have 6 to work with. DeSimone trying to spin inside, and he got it loose, and he got it in. We're tied at 5. Connor DeSimone as the shot clock wound down to 1.
Well, you want to talk about not staying off the score sheet long. We would expect Connor DeSimone had a hat trick against Ohio State, had 2 more against Michigan, had almost no time and no space.
Here's Brendan Grimes. Got his first goal of his career last time out. Some contact there, and Garrett Degnan lets one fly from the near side, and it does sail wide. Stays with Hopkins, 54 on the shot clock.
And Cole Williams had drawn a double team there. That's why Degnan had all that time and space, and he'll want that one back.
Here's Grimes. As we approach 5 minutes left in the half. What a half it's been. Cole Williams, the feed inside and the finish. How about that? It's Jacob Angelus putting Hopkins back on top.
And it's off a really nice cut from Angelus, but give all the credit in the world there to Cole Williams.
Hopkins.
And not a whole lot of programs that can lure you away from Cornell, which is really an upstart program, but Hopkins won.
Pass over to the near side, and what a goal there. Joey Epstein. He completes his hat trick on the day with a low shot that sneaks into the corner, and Hopkins is up by 2.
Well, what a great understanding of space there from Joey Epstein, just taking a little bit off of that crease.
Now DeMeo coming inside on the left hand, forced to go behind the cage to Bernhardt. 25 seconds for Maryland. Loops the pass into the center for Maltz. Goal line extended for the Terrapins. Maltz looking to go to work from behind the cage. Over to the far side. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Maryland. There it is! It's Logan Wisnauskas. 2 on the day for the senior, and he's brought Maryland within 1.
Logan Wisnauskas a bit slow to get up after taking a hit, but not before turning, and only a little bit of time to get.
Here's Kyle Long. spinning onto the right hand, back to the left. Now DeMeo absorbing some contact on the far side. 50 seconds on the possession clock for Maryland. Bernhardt. Looking to spin. Behind the cage. Up top, a shot there and it's in. DeMeo has a hat trick. And we're tied at 7 here between Maryland and Hopkins.
That's excellent, unselfish play from Maryland. First from Bernhardt to get it over to Kyle Long, and then Kyle Long looking always going to get on the score sheet, but going to impact the game in a lot of different ways that don't really appear in the stat box.
Bernhardt on the far side, looking to come in now, in the goal! Maryland is back on top. It's who else? Jared Bernhardt. And he's a bit slow to get up after the play.
Not the first Terp to get up a little weary after taking a big hit towards the end of that play, and Maryland will not be happy at that late.
Second line in for the Terps is Derek Maliver, number 7 recruit in the nation by Inside Lacrosse, the freshman from Atlanta. Terps go behind the cage now. Here's Fairman, taking up a bit of a different spot. Fairman comes across, and he puts the Terps up by 2. Bubba Fairman, his first of the day.
And that'll just show you how balanced this Maryland lacrosse offense is. 5th different goal scorer already today, and Bubba Fairman can do it in so many different ways. You see it coming all the way around the crease and doesn't need much space there at all to just get a shot off.
So it's a 30-second push called on Brendan Grimes out of Lutherville, the freshman. So Maryland, 2 men up. They'll look to take advantage of it. To the far side, quick ball movement by the Terps. It's Bernhardt. Now Brown to Wisnauskas. Back to Brown, who fires! 100 career goals for Griffin Brown, and he puts Maryland up by 3. It might be his first taste of the rivalry, but he gets a goal when it matters. His 2nd of the season.
And you can tell his teammates know exactly what that goal meant to Griffin Brown, mobbing him as he celebrated that goal with 2 men up. It's going to have a lot of open space for Maryland. It's just about, can you exploit it? Can you find the open?
Keogh, but it's scooped up by Matt Rahill, and the Terps will transition quickly. Rahill, the long stick, feeds off to the far side now. It's Bernhardt. And he will settle things down for the Maryland Terrapins. Bernhardt on the far side, defended by Bowden Zulik, transfer from Lafayette. Started all 6 games of 2020. Bernhardt, a hat trick. 11-7 Maryland. And it's the 5th-year senior Jared Bernhardt who moves further up the all-time list for Maryland.
Well, I guess he's all right, Brendan, because blink and you missed this one. A really quick trigger on a...
And couldn't quite get his stick on that one. Cleaned up by Kyle Long.
I think Wisnauskas' eyes were a bit bigger than his stomach there. Had a whole lot of space with which to shoot, but couldn't quite corral that ball first.
DeMeo goes up top to Fairman. Near side Wisnauskas now. Feeds across to the back post and in. Absorbing some contact on the far side is Jared Bernhardt again, but it was his last touch that put it in for Maryland, and they are up 12-7.
How good has that connection been? Wisnauskas and Bernhardt. Wisnauskas on to the right hand. You think he's going to the graduate student out of Maryland.
Makar has to lob it forward to DeMeo as the Terps successfully clear. Two and a half left in the third, and there's another. Anthony DeMeo has 4 on the day. The Terps continue to push the lead here over Hopkins. A 6-goal third quarter for Maryland.
And Anthony DeMeo with such a good understanding of the spacing of this Johns Hopkins defense, and he catches the Blue Jays a little flat-footed. And once again, Logan into this game in the first 2 games combined. And hey, of course, you'd want to score every single goal that you can in this rivalry, but knowing what it means to win this game, John Tillman asking his team to do some different things.
Another win by Shockey, and he lobbed it forward. It's somehow in the back of the net. I think it was Maltz that got the last touch. It was a pass that might have deflected off his stick and in. But regardless, the Terps are doubling up Hopkins.
Well, it's all coming up red and black in this 3rd quarter, and I think you're right. That was intended to be a pass to Daniel, his 2nd of the day. Who would have predicted that?
Fairman now goes behind the cage. Wisnauskas at the top. Goes into the alley. Passes it off, and a shot. Buried it. Daniel Maltz. Well, if they're going to give Puglisi the other one, Maltz made sure that one is his. 15-7, Maryland over Hopkins.
Well, he didn't leave any doubt at all about that one, Daniel Maltz. He was leading the team in goals coming into this game, was a bit quiet in that category in the first half, but allowed one there, an absolute rocket to get up to double figures. And like you said, Brendan, they gave the first one to Roman Puglisi. He heard that over the PA announcement, so I'm just going to...
It's Bubba Fairman. Right hand in the right alley, switching on the left. Fairman, his shot sails wide with 15 left on the clock for Maryland. We'll pick things up with Bernhardt. He gets the pick. Coming around, and he's forced back out. Feeds over to Maltz. Now Fairman, 8 to shoot. Bernhardt trying to get an inch of space. 4 seconds. Bernhardt, back post. Kyle Long, goal. First of the day for Kyle Long. And it comes with the shot clock winding down for Maryland. They won't care. Maryland is up 16-7.
What excellent composure for Jared Bernhardt with the shot clock winding all the way down, knows exactly how.
On the offense with 40 seconds left on the shot clock. DeSimone going to work on Geppert. Feeds over to Baskin. Rahill, the long stick, hacking away.
And just to kind of return to your point, assuming there is no big dramatic comeback here for Johns Hopkins.
A shot there and a goal. Garrett Degnan, his 3rd of the season.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, because as soon as I challenge Johns Hopkins to come back into this game, Garrett Degnan answers the call with an absolute rocket going low to high to make it 16-8. To circle back to the point we were talking about, though, Brendan, about the growth of Johns Hopkins, don't want to look too far ahead, but if Maryland's able to hang on to this one, we don't know when that return matchup is between these two teams against one another at Homewood Field as we take another look.
Next week, so be on the lookout for that. It's Wisnauskas for the Terrapins. Talked about the helpers he's had today, but it's intercepted by the Blue Jays, and they look to go quickly. It's Hunter Jaronski. Jaronski feeds, doorstep, DeSimone puts it in. Just like that, the Blue Jays have 2 of their own. DeSimone picks up his 2nd of the day, and that move to the attack paying off this year.
And that move from defense to offense paying off really well for Johns Hopkins, moving with speed and got Maryland on their heels a little bit. Nick Grill in no man's land.
Now, back up top for Fairman. On the left hand, spins onto the right, winds up and lets one go. It sails wide. Terps will maintain possession here. Fairman looking for his 2nd on the day.
I'll tell you what, though, he's got an eye towards goal. That's 6 shots now.
30 seconds on the shot clock for the Terrapins to work with. Around the front is Wisnauskas, spinning on the right hand. Feet inside, Maltz is there to tuck it home. 3rd of the day for Daniel Maltz. And he stops the bleeding here in the 4th quarter, putting the Terps up.
And 6 assists now for Logan Wisnauskas. Spins out of that. You knew he wanted to have that little move where he turns and...
Wisnauskas, 45 seconds on the shot clock for Maryland. It's Fairman. Off to Wisnauskas. DeMeo. Kyle Long back up top. Good movement by the Terps. Inside is Bernhardt, who loops it in. The Terps are up 18-9. Jared Bernhardt has 5. And Maryland is rolling here in the rivalry.
Well, Jared Bernhardt working in the trenches to get some of his goals. You oftentimes see him on the outside launching some rockets. This time going in on the line, going late, as so many of these games do. So being able to see the Blue Jays in a bit of a less consequential environment. And a change in net as well, as Drew Morris is in net. Logan McNaney's day is done after a fantastic day.
And he gets beat by Cole Williams. Hopkins has finally reached double digits. And that adds another little note. Maryland had 27 straight wins when allowing fewer than 10 goals, so that doesn't necessarily come into play now, but Cole Williams picks up his 4th of the season. All coming very early in this contest. Hasn't made too much noise here, but a shot that flashes wide from Luke Schilling. Senior into the game for Hopkins.
How about the hustle from Nick Grill in an 8-goal game with 7 seconds to go? That is leading by example from the senior.
New possession clock for the Blue Jays. Maryland will launch this one forward with 5 seconds left. And time expires on the rivalry. Maryland takes episode 1 of the rivalry in 2021, 18-10. 5th straight season starting an unbeaten 3-0 for the Terrapins. Remember, the crash